Welcome everybody to the America's Draft League Season number 2. Week 3 is upon us, and so is another day of action. Welcome everybody, hopefully you've been having a great weekend so far, and hopefully it continues well. I'm really looking forward to how things will go, and I'm sure you will do equally as well. Now, plenty of things to happen. Hopefully everybody's enjoying their time, and we'll get into the action. So we're pretty much halfway through the first half, well, halfway through the regular part of the season at the moment. We've had 2 weeks behind us, plenty of interesting things to do. Today is nothing so much different. We have the second iteration of Dirt, and of course the mini RPG, which I'm very much looking forward to how that one goes. But regardless of what happens today, let's go over what actually has happened in the last 2 weeks. So let's cue the standings, shall we? So here are the current standings of the league. As you can see, currently in first position is Parker's Twisted Tea. That is the team by Archer. You have Duck Ass, which is the team by Sully. Clearly better. Clearly the Duck's Ass is better than an odd one. So third place you have Ice for Beat, which is the team by Nats. Fourth place you have Yep Team, which is by Stokeen. In fifth you have Curse Casters by Tommy. You have Dr. Thunder Ultra by Spooter. In sixth, as you can see, the middle of the pack, that fourth, fifth, sixth position is very much so in close proximation with Ice for Beat as well. So that comes very important as well as we continue on in the last few segments as well. And of course you have, as I mentioned, Dr. Thunder Ultra by Spooter. You have the Ottoman Empire by Alkshire. Also a bit of a small shout out as well. Alkshire had his birthday yesterday on Saturday. For me it's 2 days ago, but on Saturday he had his birthday, so happy belated birthday to you as well, Alks. So hopefully you had a wonderful time on your birthday as well. And in last position you have the greatest team name of all time, which is an acronym for the Davolink Minions Kevin Wi-Fi 6E router. Elevate your connectivity experience in 2024 with high-speed performance gaming router, secure travel Wi-Fi router, seamless transition, cutting-edge collaboration with enhanced speed, which hasn't really worked out in the tournament, but it does have better connectivity and room-wide coverage. That is actually the acronyms that it stands for. It is a router. They do have a Bob version. It is not sponsored, by the way. Just saying as well. I will say the Bob version does look kind of cool though. But regardless of that, they are in 8th position. Hopefully that enhanced speed comes into play in the last 2 weeks of the league, but that is yet to be seen. But that is at least how the standings are. Whose team is in 8th place? Oh, I'm glad you asked. It is the Davolink Minions Kevin Wi-Fi 6E router with excellent seamless transition with unparalleled performance. Either way, hopefully everybody will have a great time. Honestly, it does look cool, but honestly, when I looked at it the first time I saw it, I really don't want a big ass yellow pickle as a router, to be honest. Though the Bob one does look cute, to be honest, but honestly, you know. I would say there are better team names. Let's just say there are better team names out there. But hey, it works. If they were sponsored by them, that would be even cooler. But that's not how it works. Either way, regardless of that, we have plenty of things to do, and the things we have to do, of course, is that today we have 2 styles to play. First of all, we will start with Dirt. That will be played, of course, on Jordnær. That is the map by Doogie. How a player from Denmark got a map into an America's Draft League. Who knows? Probably paid somebody off. Regardless of that as well, we should be actually soon starting as well. So I believe we can actually soon go into the game as well if everybody actually gets started here as well. Wouldn't really know, but it should be starting in just a hot minute here, but I'm gonna switch on into the game. But people are still joining in, so who knows when it will actually go live, because they have been playing and some people are just joining as well. I'm sure I'll get the actual go ahead once we get there. Either way, people are already, I believe there's every single team has now all their members as well. No, actually, well, whoever that yellow team is, they are color coded on the server, so I'm sure that once it will actually change, then we will know. But for now, at least, we are just waiting for everybody to get on, and then we get into the action. But I am very much excited for the mini RPG that will come later, to be honest. That is the one thing I'm looking forward to as well. Waiting for console player. Well, I'm hoping is able to. Hopefully, they are able to boot up their console in due time. Actually, we can quickly. I can actually take a look here as who is. Yeah, we are missing some members from some of the teams at the moment. So yeah, we just have to wait. That's all we can do at the moment. Also, keep yourself hydrated. This is definitely water. Just imagine it's water. Refreshing. Either way. But there isn't much more else to talk about, to be honest. Does Pink have all their players? At the moment, Pink has 3 players. I mean, not every team still has all of them. Eastern European water in ADL? Nah, it's American water, Doogie. It's American water. If you know, you know what type of drink is is colored black. Then you know it fits America quite well, definitely. Regardless of what I'm drinking, which is clearly water. But some people are still getting on the server. But also to talk about the standings as well, just to go back to it a bit as well. It is important where you sit as well, because the top 4, after all of the weeks are played, will be going into the championship bracket, and the bottom 4 will go into the consolation bracket. Now, the championship bracket, you will be in the playoffs, but the bottom 4 will be fighting for qualification to the championship bracket. So the 4 teams that, if you end up at the bottom 4, you're still not out, because you can still play to win your consolation bracket to make it into the championship bracket. So there is benefits to that as well. Of course, the 1st and the 5th position respectively, so do get the choice to pick their opponents as well, if I remember the rule book correctly. That is that. Now, let's take a look at the moment. Let's see here. Some people are still missing. People are making sure that everybody's in the correct teams and everything. Yeah, all I can do is wait at the moment. How are you all doing at the moment as we wait for everybody to join the server? Having a good time? Great weekend? For me, it's already Monday, so... Which is ironic as well, because the map we're gonna play after the Dirt is mini RPG called Monday, so, you know. Oh, that is a fun part. Yeah. So yeah, now we just wait. I will say that the map by Doogie, the Dirt map, is: will you bless us with your presence at the ADL of EU in Cologne? I presume that means XP Evo. Unfortunately, I won't be at XP Evo, so that is something that I will not be able to attend. But hopefully, if it's still a thing next year, then I will probably be making it. But unfortunately, not this year. Now, I do hope that we are gonna start soon, because, you know, it is 1 AM for me. I do have to emphasize that I do live in an apartment. It is 1 AM, so if something exciting happens, then I'm probably gonna get a few knocks on the door because I'm too loud, so... It has happened before. So, you know, let's keep the excitement levels, you know, at the calm pace, you know. Maybe towards the end we can have a few moments of excitement, but I don't know. Are we doing anything? Are we starting anything? Yeah, there is still... We are missing 2 more players. Orange and Pink apparently have not yet joined. So, for the time being, we can just talk and discuss things at the moment. It is interesting, of course, at the moment that I've never done this kind of format. Well, I did say Pink. Well, apparently it is. Currently, we have the Pink team Let's see. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, Dan. Your team should have a clear communication who's playing and who's not playing. So maybe you ought to ask. But I will say regarding the format of the league, it's the first time I see like something like this. Of course, I didn't know the first season of Draft League. I know the formats have the things have changed around quite a bit as far as I understood from a brief explanation throughout as well. But overall, it sounds like quite a bit of fun. It is absolute chaos. The format, spectating 32 players at the same time is a hell of a task. But at the start, we're just gonna be watching whoever's sort of in the lead, get into the mix of things. And then towards the later part, once we get to the 2,000 point mark, then that's where the exciting part is, because all of the players do have to actually get everything done. But I believe that we are actually, everybody is now on the server. I believe some final moments to make sure everybody's on the teams. Yeah, everybody's joining. Somebody's saying that they were on a world record. Sure you were. So final checks. People are still. Somebody's probably AFK because. Yeah. Caster can't wait for the stellar duck-ass mini RPG performance. Well, we'll have to wait and see how things go at the moment. But that mini RPG, I will say, it is of course a very short mini RPG, but it does. I did notice that after like the 30-second mark, both tracks by the way, both the dirt and the mini RPG, after the 30-second mark, all of a sudden just the difficulty gets cranked up a notch in regards to the segment difficulty. So the first 30 seconds are actually quite tame on both maps, very simple, nothing really, extremely complicated. But then after the 30-second mark, that's where the oomph gets put into it as well. But we'll see. Now, one more player is trying to join or is AFK, maybe went on a bathroom break. I'm literally looking at the blank screen at the moment. I'm just trying to go into the game as soon as everything's sorted out. There's no point in really waiting for that. Oh, something's happening. No, it's not. Apparently there is a warm-up, but not everybody. Oh, we're waiting. Yeah, at the moment there's no point for me to go into the game. If they haven't sorted the server out, then there's no point in really watching people sort of. I guess we could watch them drive, but I want to keep an eye on the in-game chat, make sure everything is all good and hood, and then we'll let them vibe with it. Teams are the ooh, no, apparently we're gonna go live, so let's get into it, shall we? So into the game we go, and now we get to see everybody on the server. Look at this. See, you don't need much to have a great map, Look, minimal scenery, nice looking dirt, and everybody's having a great time. You just don't hear the screams at the moment from this far away. We have a very far away camera perspective at the moment, but you don't hear the screams of see Cheese Lover there is, I don't know what he's doing down at the bottom left. Something. Let's take a closer look here. Yeah, that's not the track, mate. Either way. So yeah, we have a bit of a camera perspective of everybody here. This is the start, as you can see, very nice. They go around the corner here. There's a checkpoint. It's a very nice start here. Around the corner, a bit of a transition. They go around the poles. Nice bit of dirt there. They go up the hill. Bit of some black platforming. Another jump. Another jump. Another jump. Nice outside dirt here. Everything's all smooth, bit of a transition here as you jump. Don't hit the flags as somebody just did there. Go around this segment, and this is where it becomes a bit more complicated. It's very easy to touch the outside part just there. As you go through the outside segments here, you have a nice tight section around the hole. Sin is the only one who has survived so far, so yeah, you have a nice time as you go quick swak around the corners. Final segment, and I'm sure nobody's gonna miss this finish. Aha, Well, that's how you're not supposed to do it. Now, can you show us how to do it? There you go. That's how you do it. So that, as you can clearly see, Sin was just trying to show a point on how not to do it. But let's get into the action. Let's keep it on Sin at the moment. So this is how we're gonna start. Then the screen is just gonna go full of names with everybody involved. So let's try to get into the middle of the pack. Let's go with Sambertooth is actually quite nice. Let's go with Elixicity. Currently giving us a nice point of view at the moment. Everybody's enjoying a good time here. Thing to look at the moment, we see of course the team of Curse Casters and actually Doogie at the moment are towards the front end. You see a lot more green and red towards the front end at the moment. Good. The only Cheese Lover is the only one for the Thunder Ultras. As we look towards the final parts of this track, nice outside dirt, snow. Oh, a bit of a safer line by Elixicity. Jesus Christ, that's a tongue twister and a half, and everybody makes it. Cool, calm, collected. A lot of red on the top half of the screen there, so a lot of points gained for the team of Doogie. So pretty good stuff for them. They're looking pretty comfortable to start off. They are currently, of course, in second position at the moment in the league, so would be nice for them to catch up to the team of Jesus Christ. The team names are just eluding me. Barker's Twisted Tea. That's what it is. There you go. Oh, not the best start for Elixicity on this time. So let's go with Miggy. Mickey, I'm sure, is going to give us a nice point of view of everybody involved. Good stuff, good stuff. Especially nice as well. Yes, you are indeed correct. There's two cheese lovers. There's a green cheese lover and there's a blue cheese lover. I would recommend blue cheese lover. Probably is the healthier one. I don't think that eating green cheese is a good idea, but that's maybe up to me. Regardless of the name shenanigans, that's what NA loves to do. We'll get to see. Oh, there is Cheese Lover 299, and in front there's Cheese Lover 2298. Oh, they're almost neck and neck racing, but they are a bit too far ahead. But at the moment, we see that Curse Casters have a few more players at the top end. Still 55.9 as well, pretty solid at the moment. Of course, the world record is 55.6 by Zin. Well, actually 55.59. By Sin. He was able to improve it like 38 minutes ago. So 55.598 is the world record at the moment. Keeping it nice and calm. We're cruising. We're cruising at a nice speed. Currently, Doogie is 598 with Curse Casters and Ice Forbid in close pursuit. Also, the Ottoman Empire. Also a team that would be very much looking to get some good points on the board. Have 568, almost in first position. Now let's see, who do we have here? We have, oh, Mathiper. I haven't seen that name in a while as well. Good to see. Usually a good contender for some top positions in many NA competitions. But not this one, as Jordnær is gonna give us a nice perspective of everybody in front. God forbid. You try to compliment the man. It's a classic Creedy case. Compliment the man, he finds the nearest pole. But currently, Jordnær is on a good run as well. We have some good perspectives on the back end. Is very close to the edge there. Not much speed as we go into the final second segment for Slurpee, but should be able to get some good points. 69 for Slurpee, very nice. A very mixed bag of results for this one. I do wonder, currently Yep team is absolutely in the mud at the moment. I don't know how they're doing. I haven't seen, well, Jakub is there. I saw Jakub having a few more points, but currently, like, I see Simon is there, Pixelman. I'm not gonna pronounce what the hell that name was. Wait, what was that name? Ah, Regrab Megra. Ah, Regrab Megra. Well, that sounds very quick and easy to say. Either way, let's see, what do we have here? Let's see, let's take a look at one of the cheese lovers. Look, clearly that's the inferior one. Let's look at the better cheese lover. The one from Split Up. Argenberger, but reverse. Ah, thank you, Thomburn. Thank you. There we go. But I will say the standings so far looking pretty close affair. Nice actually. Oh, that's a nice strategy actually. Going off the platform earlier to get the speed, a little bit more speed. But currently the standings at the moment do show that the Ottoman Empire, Duckas and Cursed Casters are the top 3 for the time being. But you know, that doesn't really matter as long as your entire team gets all of the points. So we have plenty to go. We have a point limit of 2,000, so it's very hard to really call out rounds. Currently we're just observing, you know, letting them slowly simmer, you know. We get that burger meat to a nice medium rare, and then we start assembling the burger, you know. We find out who's going to be the first finalist, then the second, then the third, and that's how we're going to go. But so far, you know, we're halfway. We have teams on 1,000 points. That is good to see. We have 3 of them, as said before. Cursed Casters exactly on 1,000 as well. So very nice. They're really making sure that they're doing well. But who do we have here? I'm trying to find some players here that maybe we don't see. Let's go for Parker Barbecue. Now, sounds like a very fine name indeed. Good in the middle of the pack run at the moment. A lot of red at the moment. Again, it's currently a lot of good players for the red team being chosen for this third segment. Of course, previous week, okay, Parker's having a bit of a time with that one. We'll leave Parker to that, as Nork is gonna be at the front end a bit more. We see Charky, Cheese Lover, Brian Lockfoot, Mathyper's in. Oh my god, the red team might lock out a front 3 here. Ooh, but Cheese Lover does give us a bit of a sandwich there. Cheese Lover does deny the red team a full front 3 lockout. Yeah. Red team clearly has chosen some very good players for this track as well. Sin, Mathyper, Brian, Nork, Simon making his way there. Doesn't even get across the finish line. Could have gone for the risky, but decided not to. So no points for him and his team. Now, let's continue. But yeah, but it does put now... But even with that, to be honest, look at that. Duckas has 1,392 points, but Ottoman Empire is only 60 points behind. So even the Ottoman Empire, who have Samber, Charky, Ezru and Robalov, are keeping in good distance with them. They could both go into finalist mode together if they keep on continuing with that. So good stuff. Now we have Wintersprung here as well with a good run here. Actually, let's take a look at one of the Ottoman Empire players, Sambertooth. Really doing a good job here as well. Ooh, I say that just clips and touches the outside wall, but actually doesn't lose that much. It was a small touch, and it was on a slower segment off the track, so keeps it nice and cool so far. But again, it seems that the red team is getting some very decent points here. Again, 3 players in the top 5. That gives a good amount of points for them. You know, if you do the quick math at the moment, they got 275 points with that top 5. All the 3 players in the top 5, plus the addition of Mathyper as well with 35. That's 310 points. Are we having another caster cursing here? Oh, that is what I'm known for, Liquid. Don't worry about it. It happens all the time. It happens so seamlessly as well. I just start to talk about, you know, any player basically, and all of a sudden they just decide to just find the nearest hazard on the track and just hit it, no matter what it is, you know. Whether it be a flag, a pole, a clip, an edge. If they fall off, they get do a nice 360 front flip as well. You know, anything that happen, you know. You know, but we do have prowess here, so let's take a look at some of the other teams as well. You know, let's look at prowess. Yeah, at the moment he's part of the team of Cursed Casters. Clearly, there's no way I can really, you know, cast a curse this man, but it has to, you know, happen naturally. You know, if I force a cast a curse, it doesn't happen. It just has to happen naturally, and then all hell breaks loose. You know, because at the moment, you know, I'm not really talking about the player, just talking about random rubbish. And see, prowess is doing really well. You know. Finishes up in 7th position. alongside some of his teammates as well. Cheese Lover is in 4th, and Guess right behind him. Wintersprung is also at the bottom, well, at the first half of the players as well. So good points for Curse Casters in that round. But Duckas at the moment, I believe with that, is close to 2,000 points as well. Also, welcome to the chat, Alex, as well. And if you weren't here before, also happy belated birthday to you as well, which I was able to do so. So hopefully you had a great time on Saturday, or if you haven't yet celebrated, then hopefully you will be able to celebrate it at some point. But you arrive at a good time as well, because in just a few moments we will be going into our first finalist, as well as Duckas, with pretty much, I would say, Sin doing a very solid progress. You can see 577 points. Only Cheese Lover really has been able to match that. Other than that, Sin has been really good, and the entire red team solidly doing well for them. If Curse Casters or Ottoman Empire get some good amounts of points, they could join Duckas also in finalist mode, but we'll see after the math concludes and everybody finishes. Good round, everything considered. 55 still. 55s is what we're looking for. I mean, for rounds times, 55s are very solid. But of course you have 32 players who will be doing these runs, so you're bound to get some good ones. Clearly Mathyper thought that driving is just too easy. They were gonna get finalist anyway, so doesn't really matter. But the Ottoman Empire joins them. But we do have a pause at the moment, so I'll go to my point of view before we get that sorted out. It seems Mathyper has had a bit of a, disconnection moment. But it seems that Mathyper is good at the moment. I'm quickly checking. Yeah, that is good. That is good indeed. Yeah, seems that Mathyper had an issue, but he does say he's good. So we should be going into the match in just a moment. Also, yeah, wave to you as well, Alex. I didn't do that for you as well. Now, let's see. Should be able to start in just a moment. Yes, we are starting up again in just a second. As soon as the pause is removed, we will be going back into the game. So let's see. So we have now the first opportunity for some of the teams to lock out a few of their players as we get going. Now this is the part where it starts to get a bit more exciting. First of all, other teams can now slowly start to gather more points. Well, Sin is not going to be the one to go through this time. So let's go and now look towards the front, because the front now starts to become very important. Because the red, you're looking out for the red and yellow color. Those are the teams that can get some of the players already locked into place. Remember, all players must finish in first position. And that is not going to be Brian Lockwood, so there's a possibility that Sharky or... Oh, actually, none of the players, only Sambertooth really is contesting, so none of the finalists are going to be going through this time. Everybody's just going to benefit from them having a bit of a, a dire moment here. So everybody gets a good amount of points. And there it is, 56.2, and we had a few fallouts there. So that is something that will definitely benefit every single team apart from the red and yellow, aka Duckas and the Ottoman Empire. But that also means that Curse Casters now joins the fray of finalists. They got the points they needed, so they will be also there. So 3 teams currently fighting to get their players involved and making sure that they will get through. Of course, these points matter, and some of the teams, for example the Ottoman Empire and the acronym for the most weirdly looking router of all time, actually the pink team on 1744. I mean the Davalink whatever router thing, I will call them Sixer. Sixer sounds like a great name. They should have named themselves Sixer, that would fit so much better. Hey, if you need a team name, just hit me up next time. Regardless, we see at the moment towards the front that the red team really making now a good advancement. You have Sin and Brian Lockwood. Now, there is a possibility that they can sort of conclude here together. Maybe Sin tells Brian that, you know what, I'm gonna go safe, you go for risky, I'll let you through. Let's see if that's gonna be actually the case. Nope, they're just sending it, and Brian is the one that secures it in the end. Brian is the first player to be sitting on the sideline for the team Duckas. They got 3 players now gonna be contesting for the top position. So now it will take a bit of time. Brian will be the first one to go through, and we will continue now with the rest of the field. Well, 1 to go and plenty more left. Tier 4, by the way. Oh, that's very solid as well. I don't know who put Brian Lockwood in tier 4. To be honest, you could be telling me a lie as well. I would probably, but I presume, yeah, because I noticed as well that there is a proper tier system as well. But for the love of me, I can't remember every single player on that list, to be honest. Plus, I didn't even know that Brian was in. Is he really in tier 4? Not bad then for Team Duckas. That's some good. That's some good multipliers for them as well if he is tier 4 as well. Because of course the points that you get do depend on the player's tier level as well. Proper tier system, Mathyper just gives up. Yeah, the thing is, of course, you are in finalist mode, so it doesn't really matter. But with 30 Steve, it is actually very important, you know, that he denies Sin, because he will put the router team, the pink team, into finalist mode as well, and denies Sin the through as well. The tier 4 that puts like 15 hours on the map every week. Very nice. I mean, you know, that's what the grind is about. If you're willing to put in the time, it is definitely worth it. But you get rewarded for it. You know, he gets an early break, you know, he get to watch now, you know, vibe with the boys if they are in some voice chat, you know. That's like more than I put on Tompas too. I mean, yeah, that is a lot more than I put into the world record on the campaign track 23 cut as well. Definitely, though, I didn't put like 15 hours every week on that as well. But no, actually, that took me a fair bit of time. But regardless of that, we get to see at the moment that currently no team really is contesting that first position that really needs it. I mean, you have Jakob, who is just really getting an absolutely insane run in. He's 0.2 ahead of everybody, even Sin at the moment. So again, it denies the red team of the finalist position and allows everybody to get so closer. The next... Oh, but am I speaking too soon? It's an equal! It's an equal! And guess who gets it? By name diff, it is Sin. I believe it is name diff in this mode. Yep. Holy moly. Oh, that's insane. Is it name diff? Oh no, it isn't. No, it is last checkpoint. It is last checkpoint. Yeah. Nope. No, it's not name diff. It's just how the live ranking thing. No, it wasn't name diff. Unfortunately, we don't do that anymore. Though a couple of the days still does. So everybody got jibaited. Well, no, nah, it isn't robbed. You know, the right player was in first position in the last checkpoint. Sin should have been in first position throughout the entire map. See, like he is doing now. He should have done that in the previous round. God forbid. It's that easy. He just should have been first position throughout the entire DAC. Now, see, look how easy it is. If you're in first position in every checkpoint, you have a very high chance that you're gonna win. And now, you know, everything right. It's yin and yang in the world. You know, Sin got CP diffed, and now he gets through. See, everything's fine. You know, you don't have to worry about it, chat. You know, everything right, every wrong is written right, and Zin gets through. But that means now 2 players from the red team have secured their position. And now they're waiting for Mathyper and Nork to do equally so to secure first position in the third segment as well. But as you can see, the points total Yep Team, Dr. Thunder Ultra, and Barker's Twisted Tea are not too far behind as well. You know, they're playing the long game, you know. Yes, you get a few players through, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, well, that's an early DNF, but you know, if you crash, you might as well DNF. If you are on a team with finalist mode, it doesn't really help you that much. Ooh, Quillian having a bit of a rougher time there. Dirty Steve slides, chasing at the moment Prowess and Sharky. Now the Ottoman Empire could be looking to get one of their players through as well. Same for Cursed Casters. I can't really help you out there with that one. You really have to do your own driving there. But Dirty Steve has a much better line here. He can get a lot more speed if he can get that. Nah, that's too early out of the dirt outside line. I believe Sharky should have it. Oh, but he goes too wide and allows Prowess to get the inside line, putting one of the members of Cursed Casters through. Well, not through technically, sort of stamping one ticket out of 4 of the finalist mode. So plenty to still go, but again, points are collected here. Other teams are getting into finalist mode, and it becomes simply a sudden death who gets there first. Now, Parker's Twisted Tea and Yep Team yet to reach finalist mode. They are still looking to do so. None of the team. Matt needs to lock in. Well, yeah, Mathyper might get through, but then you have Nork. Nork has to do so as well. And as you can see, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players who are currently faster than Nork. So Dockless might have to wait a bit until they actually get that first position locked in. But every team currently has like 2 drivers still that can get that position quite easily. Nork is definitely not one of them. As 30s, well, Ezra as well in a good position. Mathyper is also in the front end, but I believe Jakob and Slurpee have a much better line. Mathyper hits the wall, that's out of the question for him. So Sharky's trying to attack, but that is not the landing you want, with Slurpee being the one to get the ending there. Ice for Beat get their first member on the board as well. But now every single team is in finalist mode. So now we count them down. We have currently we have 6 players who have secured their spot. So that means we are gonna go full sudden death. 6 players are locked in. We still have a lot of them to go. A fair few rounds to go. Let's just put it like that. Now everybody's car is red. We're all on equal terms, so let's begin. Cheese Lover already off to a resounding start for Cursed Casters. I'm sure this is gonna go end smoothly for him as well. Guess also vying for that spot for Cursed Casters. Cheese Lover is chasing down Cheese Lover. Who is the better Cheese Lover? Is it 2298 or 2299? Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. This could get spicy. Currently, at least, it's the green Cheese Lover that is better than the blue one, but that could change in an instant. Sharky at the moment is chasing down Cheese Lover with a good round. Much better line here. Could have more speed towards the final segment, but that speed cancel is not going to do wonders for Sharky. Cheese Lover should be getting it. 55.9 on the board. Gets through. It's the green Cheese Lover that is better than the blue one. Confirmed. So that is how it's sorted. Clearly the green one is better. Mathyper contemplating life as any Canadian would these days. And we move on to the next round. Now it puts Duckass and Cursed Casters both on 2 players each, waiting for their teammates. Yeah, relevant joke is relevant. But we move on as we have plenty to play, and if there's one thing that you don't have to contemplate is the fact that your performance in Trackmania is all up to you. Nothing can change that fact unless somebody pulls the plug on your computer, or your internet dies, or your controller doesn't work. You know, there's plenty of reasons, but mostly it's up to you, to be honest, as we see currently Dirty Steve slide off to a resounding start. You know, you can see that person's fate is entirely in their hands. Sharky is again trying to deny somebody, but that is an insurmountable gap. I think Dirty Steve slide is on a good time as well here. Should be a pretty nice 55 coming in. Good ending as well. Good jump towards the finish. 55.9 as well. That puts one of the router teams through as well. What if his name is Dirty Steve Yorker? I don't know. Currently Dirty Steve Yorker is not playing, so you know, Dirty Steve slide is the better one. I'm just kidding. Dirty Steve slide does put go to the sideline for this segment at the moment, waiting for his rest of the team to do the same. You have of course Yandro, Barker, and there's one more player as well. Who is it? Gear Heart Ratio. So this player also has to get something done here, but that's gonna take a bit of time, I think. Regardless. I've been using the word regardless quite a bit today. It's the word of the day apparently for me. Definitely not gonna be spectating that internet. Jesus Christ. But Mickey gives us a good perspective of everybody in front. As we see a lot of members from the Ottoman Empire currently fighting for that top spot. Maybe Charky, third time's the charm. Charky has been constantly in the front end. Mathyper is also trying to contest that statement, but can Sambertooth or anybody really do this? Is going to be a neck and neck. 3 races right going towards the end. Can Mathyper hold out towards the end? And he exactly can, putting Duck as 1 player away from securing the dirt segment for week 3 and taking the first position home. Nork of course needs to do it. He was 5th in the previous round, so good odds for the red team to close it out as well. They only need Nork to finish in the first position and they have it locked and secured. Now with that sorted, let's see who's next. Still half the teams have a few players through. The other half do not have it. We see already a few deaths around the corner. Charky has been denied now 3 times in a row from that first position. Surely he gets it this time. Surely. As Jakob and Gez both with the fake cheese lover. Clearly this is the fake cheese lover. I mean, the better cheese lover won, so this is the fake one. The fake cheese lover is trying to, of course, get through on the action as well. Charky, Jakob going for good rounds here as well. Cheese lover getting a lot more speed towards the segment here. Good early landing, but that is not how you want to do it. And Jakob denies Charky again. It's 4 rounds in a row, and Yep team get their first player on the board. But I believe Charky has been second now 4 rounds in a row. This man cannot catch a break. I mean, at least the consistency is amazing, that's for sure. But you do need to be first. Second position doesn't really help you in that. Second position doesn't really help you in this regard. But I'm interested to see who will be next, because now we're weeding out, you know, some of the players out of it. We're getting a few of the faster players out of the way, and it leaves the door open for everybody else. Charky as well. You have the fake cheese lover. You have Yandro as well here. You have Fjorten as well. You have facing through time and space Ezru as well. With Barker Barbecue towards the back end as well. You have Lava trying to do his best impression of driving good. Not so well with everybody else. I mean, there's 3 players from the Ottoman Empire. 3 players are here currently fighting for the first position. Surely, I was about to say Charky's gonna get first position, but he does touch a wall. Ezra could deny his own teammate, and Ezra is gonna do exactly the... Oh no, Charky got it! Ezra hit the finish and didn't get it. Charky finally gets it done. Almost got denied by his own teammate towards the end, but Charky now gets through and for the Ottoman Empire, and now he's waiting for his rest of the team. To be honest, maybe Charky should have just gone like, you know what, take the position, you know. I have been constantly at the front end, you know, just keep it going. but I believe the confidence in Sabertooth and Ezra, to be honest, Ezra could benefit from Ezra could benefit from the Davolink router. As you can see at the moment, um, definitely maybe should think about it. He could ask the pink team for that as well. Maybe they have a Amazon code for the Davolink Binion's Kevian Wi-Fi 6E router. Elevate your connectivity experience in 2024 with high-speed performance gaming router. Seamless transition, unparalleled performance, cutting-edge collaboration with enhanced speed and connectivity. Hashtag not sponsored, but get that man a better router. Regardless of Ezra's internet speed, clearly he doesn't need it because he has plenty of speed at the moment to be in first position. Currently BD is trying to chase the man down, but Ezra is going to be in first position. Hashtag pretty sure they are sponsored. I mean, well, we should get Pixel Man as well, one, but Ezra does get first position. So the Ottoman Empire also has now 2 players currently waiting for the rest of the team. Yandro contemplating, found himself a nice position to wait for the next round. The only teams that currently don't have anybody, I guess sort of waiting is Dr. Thunder Ultra and Parker's Twisted Tea. Parker's Twisted Tea currently is leading in the standings as well, so clearly they have chosen perhaps a bit of a weaker lineup for this third segment. To compensate, because they are very comfortably in the lead over the rest of the team, so they can afford to let some other players play, and they had a very good I believe the Parker's Twisted Tea actually won the previous week on dirt, so you can see the back and forths there as well. So something to keep in mind. Everybody gets to play, and that is something in the rules as well. You cannot just have the best of the best constantly playing. It is a draft league, so the players you drafted do have to play a certain amount as well. But Sabertooth could be going for the Ottoman Empire. Gets it done. Now, all of a sudden, Nork is basically in a 1v1 with Robolob, because both of them are the only sole survivors of their team who could secure them either first or second, and the Ottoman Empire could benefit from that first position. They are currently 7th, if memory serves me right, so getting first here could be a nice chunk of points towards getting closer to that 4/5 cutting board. That is very important. Remember, the top 4 after we've done all the weeks go into the championship bracket, with the bottom 4 going into the consolation bracket, where only one team gets through into the championship bracket. So plenty to play for, and even in the last week you never know if you're quite out. But holy moly, is that a start by Guess. The Curse Casters, I mean, where is everybody else? Look at him go. He's so far ahead, he's becoming more of a pixel than an actual car. Everybody's trying to chase the man down, but I mean, he has a good commanding lead, 0.2. The fake cheese lover is trying to chase him down, but they are getting closer. But good segments by Guess. Only he can really ruin it. Yandro is trying to attack, but that is an insurmountable lead. Unless Guess himself screws it up and hits the finish block, which he shouldn't. 56.3, not the fastest time as well. But puts Curse Casters on the same pedestal as well. It is now Wintersprung, Nork, and Robolob. Both of them are in a team where only they are left, so they are currently fighting for the top 3, those 3 players. That is gonna be quite the fascinating part. A lot of players still do deny them. Interestingly enough, still Dr. Thunder Ultra and Parker's Twisted Tea still yet to have any of their players to finish in first position. So it's a very high likelihood that they will be finishing in 7th and 8th, but you can see Parker's Barbecue and the Router team at the moment, or as I like to call them, Sixer, because it just sounds so much better in my opinion, and I can't be every time asked to be pronounced Davolink Wi-Fi router thingamajig. So either way, Sixers it is sometimes, or Pink Team. A good child has many names, but currently we see that, oh, there's been some respawns. Ooh, that's a wall. Ooh, that's Yandro out as well. I couldn't even spectate them, but they are out, and it seems that currently Nork is going to get denied by Dr. Thunder Ultra's Fjorton. As Fjorton takes first position, 56.6. These are not fast times. Now, we're getting slower and slower, so a lot of opportunities still. You still have some good players there as well, so everything's very much open. Where the hell has Cheese Lover gone? Sir, this is not the track. Please leave the vicinity. This is only meant for spectators. Can you please return to the track? Thank you very much. Let's continue. With that little sideshow at the moment, we still have, it's still 3 teams. Some of the players, it's interestingly as well, you have 3 teams currently that have 3 players who have gone sort of secured and with their 1 player missing, and 1, 2, 3, 4 teams who only have 1 player who secured it. So still not easy in the slightest. We are looking for red. Basically what we're looking for is red, green and yellow, which there is none of on our screens apart from Nork himself. Yandro is in a good position. Cheese Lover, well, Yandro was in a good position, as Wintersprung is trying to get ahead of Cheese Lover, but that is not looking to happen unless Cheese Lover absolutely discombobulates in the ending, which Cheese Lover does not. It does put another player through for Dr. Thunder Ultra. Still, no one has yet secured first position. Still, we're looking for that 1 player to do it. It took a bit of time for fake Cheese Lover to get it done, but you know, that's why green Cheese Lover has been winning. Yeah, it is a tough match. I mean, nobody has been able to sort of get it done. And as time passes, less and less players are going to be the ones still left. You really want to get it done right now, because otherwise you're just going to delay the inevitable and somebody else will just going to get it. Wintersprung doesn't have the greatest start. You have Robolov and Nork, the Ottoman Empire and Duckas fighting for that first position. Duckas could use that first position. They could get closer to Parker's Twisted Tea. But the Ottoman Empire could get themselves in a much better position. Ooh, but that's a lot of overseeing. That is a clip and a half, and that puts Yandro in first position. Basically, ooh, another touch on the wall with HD Enlightenment. Another touch on the wall. Another death on the wall. Wintersprung is there. Lava Staff is trying to chase down Yandro there. But it seems Yandro finally able to secure it. Put one of the members of the router team through. 56.6 again, no speed. I like how I just spectated 3 players in a row and they all managed to hit the wall. Classic. Either way, Yandro now secures it. 1 more player through for team Router, Team Pink, Team Sixer, whatever you want to call them. They should really find themselves like a nice acronym, to be honest. But that's besides the point. Still, we have the Ottoman Empire, Curse Casters and Duckas still waiting for their players to get through. Nothing has changed so far. Nork, again, Nork, Wintersprung and Robolov are still fighting for it. But it's not proven to be a good position. Again, you can see everybody's up in the front, but nothing has quite. We're that Nork again in first position. Mickey is trying to chase down. Wintersprung is also up in front. Good stuff for everybody involved. Oh, Nork loses the grip, is out of it as well. Wintersprung could be in a position to put Curse Casters into the first position. Good turn there. Parker Barbecue is trying to deny Wintersprung at the moment. Electricity is too far behind, so it is a 1v1 between Wintersprung and Parker Barbecue. But Parker gets a much better exit. That is a nice low jump and denies again. It is now 4 teams on 1 player each. Oh my goodness. Oh, Oompa Loompa. This is gonna be interesting. 4 teams have 1 player left to make it done. We're running out of players. Still no full team. Half of the players have secured their position, half the players yet to do so. Surely we'll get one this time. Right, chat? That's how it works. We've done the half, now we start to see who's gonna win. Good start by Wintersprung. Again, Nork, Robolop, and also... See, the 3 players who really need to get it done are in first position. Nork, Wintersprung, Robolop. I like how I said Robolop. That's not his name, it's Robolop. But regardless of my name pronunciation, we have the 3 teams fighting for that position. We could find ourselves our first winner. Oh, it is Ottoman Empire out. Nork versus Wintersprung. Wintersprung with the much better line here. Nork comes on the inside. Does get chucked a bit wider. Wintersprung touches the wall. Nork is in first position. Wintersprung doesn't have the speed to contest. Nork could do it for Duckass, and it is secured. GG. It is first position for Duckass as they have their placement locked in. Getting a bit closer to Parker's Twisted Tea. And absolutely full send by both players. Wintersprung just touched the outside wall, allowing Nork to get ahead of him. And we have our first winner. Duckass does it on the board. It is validated in first position. Now, who's next? We still have Parker's Twisted Tea, who have yet to have anybody win. So... that's something to keep in mind. As we see some people go for the inside line, but it is so much slower. Currently nobody's really fighting, to be honest. You have some... Actually, I say that Wintersprung could secure it for Cursed Casters if he can get a clean run at the moment going. Miggy is trying to contest that statement, get one of their players through. Ice for Bead, for example, looking to get something on. Wintersprung with a very nice speed, all things considered. Good fight at the front at the moment. 1v1 between these 2. Oh, but Wintersprung touches the outside wall. Miggy gets a really awkward bounce, and so does Wintersprung. So Miggy looking to secure it for Ice for Bead, and that is exactly what he does. Gets another player through. That outside, I'm saying, after the 30-second mark, this track just eats players alive. Is exactly what happens. Once they get past that one specific spot, after that 30-second mark on the track, that's where all hell breaks loose, because you have so many corners where you can touch a wall, hit a corner, hit a bump, and it's just death all around at the 30-second mark. Now, can Wintersprung do it this time? He's been at the front end a fair few times now, and he always has a good start, everything considered. I went to another player and they immediately died. Always lovely to see. But we see a lot of players from Parker's Twisted Tea is up in the front. All 4 players, Fortebrand, HD Enlightenment, Electricity, and Lava, all fighting at the front end as well. Well, not HD Enlightenment anymore. Definitely that was a full crash in HD. With Electricity falling a bit behind. Lava is the only one really contesting, and Ice for Bead could be looking to get another player through. I mean, BD is looking in a good position. I mean, he's so far in front. There's no way he throws this away. So that should be Ice for Bead getting another player through. 56.3. Solid. Nothing fancy there, but, you know, it's a solid time. Gets you through. And there is still only one team who has really gotten everybody through, and that is Duckass. Everybody else sort of waiting for their team to get it sorted out. Me enjoying my glass of water. Oh, Pixelman. Good enjoy a dabbling router himself. Regardless. Robolob, Wintersprung. Now we have Cerberus. Well, Cerberus is for Ice for Bead, but I have not seen Cerberus at the front end a single time, and we can see that it's already fallen like over half a second behind. Looks very, very unlikely that Ice for Beat are gonna get first position in any time soon. But there is one man that could get first position. Ooh. Well, not Lava. Whoever. Well, that was for the brand. Electricity is the one that I was talking about. Wintersprung again could be denied here. Much better line for Electricity, but it's not enough speed. I believe Cursecasters. Oh, I say that. He's trying to deny, and he actually does it. Oh no! Oh, he just gets it. He goes too much to the left and allows Wintersprung to get it on the inside line. Cursecasters get the GG on the board. You can see I cannot caster curse them into last position, but I can caster curse them to not win. So they are in second position, almost close enough for Electricity, but Electricity went too much to the left. If he went to the right side, would have done it. Yeah, that was the first time Barker's Twisted Fate actually had somebody in first position as well. So again, just shows how easy it is to lose it. Went for the safety, but Wintersprung was willing to push it a bit more, and the extra bit of risk paid off there. Well done. But now, who's gonna be third now? I don't actually know. I mean, you have Robolop. Robolop is looking to secure third for the Ottoman Empire. Solid run at the moment in first position. Again, you have a few members here. Lava. Oh, Parker's Twisted Tea all of a sudden has woken up into the wall. Maybe he needed an extra whack on the head to wake up. And we see that Parker's Twisted Tea is just falling apart and allowing for the Ottoman Empire to come in third position. Secures that position for them. So we have the top three done on the board. Duckass is first, Cursecasters is second, and the Ottoman Empire is third. And now there's still two teams who have one member, Ice for Beat, and of course the Router team. They have still one player remaining. Ooh, that's not a good start for Ice for Beat though, that's for sure. We have Gear Heart Ratio for the Router team. We have Cerberus for Ice for Beat, and a fair few players still. I mean, you have Simon here for the Yep team. So plenty of options still. Well, let's actually spectate Simon. Oh. Ooh, that's a bit too low. That's a clip. That's unfortunate. But now Parker's Twisted team is coming into action. They've been quiet this entire match, and now they spring their trap of hitting every single wall as they go closer to the finish line apparently. Still two players remaining. You know, you have a contingency plan. If two players fail, you still have the other two. Quillen is trying to force the matter, but doesn't have the speed, and Electricity DNFs letting HT Enlightenment get it. So that is one player again. That's the first player through for Parker's Twisted team. We've gone through the Hail Mary, and now they get their first player through. As we can see, we have now gone down to only having 10 players remaining, if I can count to 10. I hear iced water. Yes, you can, because I sometimes drink, well, black water, as I put it. It is Coca-Cola, of course, but you can hear the bubbles sometimes. But regardless of what I am drinking, at the moment we can see Simon finally decided to play. I was about to say better, but this is... No, depends on who you ask. It might be good. But for Quillian, that is perfect, because Quillian is looking to secure... See, it doesn't matter. Simon is playing the best Trackmania of his life, putting Yep Team through with one more player. I mean, I don't know even what I'm talking about. Clearly everything was calculated from the very set and the beginning. Giving the false sense of security, Quillian, this is 200 IQ Trackmania gameplay right here. – Simon, the mastermind of it. absolutely intended gameplay right there. But yeah, but Quillian had a really awkward entry into the final third segment there, and that cost him. That cost the first position. But you know, still a fair bit to go. We don't have fourth position decided, so nothing's lost, nothing is gained. Maybe a bit of effort is made a bit more complicated. That is also not a wall you want to hit. That didn't actually lose as much. Well, falling off definitely does that to you. That's definitely a mistake you don't want to be doing. But we have now another member. We have Yep Team and Parker's Twisted Tea fighting. Well, I say that they're fighting. They were fighting. We have Yep Team actually now all of a sudden waking up as well. Good stuff. Yep, that's gonna be lovely stuff. I mean, Oh, actually made it. I thought he would. I thought he was gonna miss it. Yep, Team get another member through. Regrab Megra, or whichever way you wanna pronounce it, gets through for Yep Team. Good, good. Another player through and leaves Ice for Beat, the Router Team and Yep Team on one player each to go through. Parker's Twisted Tea has still 3 and Dr. Thunder Ultra has 2. With Torqued and Quillian still fighting. Everybody waking up. This is getting tight for outside of the top 3. Yeah, definitely it is. I wouldn't... I mean, waking up is not the right term, I would say. I would use that the right circumstances have been met. AKA, everybody exceptional is done. Now we have the rest of the field that is still left. I mean, they're all still good players, you know. Just ignore what you just saw. Ignore that part as well. We'll cut to the... like, there was somebody at the flag there. Forget everything I just said. Lava is currently in first position for Parker's Twisted Tea. Does touch the outside fall. Intentional, clearly team play allowing Forderbrand to come in closer and miss the finish entirely. So clearly you can see exceptional players in every right. No questions asked. And Lava and Cerberus were the only 2 players who finished that round. Everybody else DNF'd. I'm sticking to my statement that they're all exceptional players. And apparently... oh! Something... well, clearly we had a bit of a moment. But again, we... the fun part is we have 7 players and we still don't have 4th position. We only have 3 teams who are actually gone through, and it seems that we're just gonna go into a sudden death 1v1v1v1v1 towards the end. Because currently we see that Elicixity and Forderbrand are currently 1 and 2 for Parker's Twisted Tea. Quillian is in a pole. Cerberus is trying to chase him down, but I mean, this is just insurmountable lead for Parker's Twisted Tea. Nothing really. They have to really just do them themselves. Honestly, in this position, I would say that allow Forderbrand to finish, and LS6 then does it in the next round. See, it's like they're listening to me. See, the big brain here knows exactly how to play the game, and so does Parker's Twisted Tea. That is how you play this game. At this point now you can make those decisions, and there's 4th place on the line. This is not like 5 for 7th or 8th. This is 4th place. This is still a good amount of points for some of these teams. So definitely a good choice made by Parker's Twisted. Now all eyes are on Elasticity to make it worth it for their team. Now all eyes are also on Quillian and Torque, who are fighting for those positions as well. Pixelman really needs better internet. Everybody else is trying to chase down Elasticity, who could be doing the solid work for Parker's Twisted Tea, who had no winners for 16 or 16 plus rounds, and now are still trying to find a way to get there. Somebody's out there. Pixelman is trying to fight internet as well as everybody else on the server. This is absolutely the greatest spectating. Oh, this is rough to watch. I really want to spectate him finishing, but this is This is PowerPoint presentation winning first position and securing Yep Team 4th position. So Yep Team have their 4th done, and I believe Yep Team is also 4th in the standings as well, so you know, consistency, very much appreciated. Now there is 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th to be concluded, and we have 5 players as well. Now, Torqued and Quillian still looking to get a bit done for Dr. Thunder Ultra. Gear Heart Ratio, the router team, still looking to get something done for them as well. Torque on a good run at the moment. Cerberus is also not too far behind. Gear Heart Ratio in the mix as well, trying to get something, and Quillian is sort of, you know, eyeing the positions in the background. That is a wall bang, that's not gonna help you. Gear Heart Ratio is in 1st position with Cerberus. We have Ice for Beat versus the router team. It was Ice Gear Heart Ratio, but it is looking to be that Ice for Beat is gonna be securing 5th position. Yeah, Gear Heart Ratio is out, and it is 5th position. Done and dusted. Ice for Beat secured it. It is a GG on the board. Everybody else has already DNF'd. Good round. Good round. Very close until the bitter end. But who will be next? 4 players. Still 3. Well, technically we could have 2 rounds if Elasticity and Gear Heart Ratio win now. They're getting done. To be honest, Elasicity's plan of letting his teammate through has not paid off quite so well. But you know, if he gets the win now, it's still 6th position. I mean, Parker's Twisted Tea is currently in the lead of the draft league, so they can afford to, you know, this 6th position doesn't, you know, hurt them tremendously. I believe they should be still 1st position after this 3rd one. It's the mini RPG afterwards. That's where it gets exciting. I have no idea what's gonna happen there, but we'll get to that in a short while moment. I don't know if there will be any breaks or anything, or after we finish the 3rd. I would presume people want, you know, a small break, as Parker's Twisted Tea will secure 6th position. It does. We will be 1st. This hurts them bad. Well, we'll see. There is still mini RPG. Duckass could be last position in the mini RPG, and that would then reverse that statement quite fast. But there's 3 more players. Will we see every single round of this done? I don't know. I assume that in the previous weeks we have seen every single round being played. I would presume that has happened already before. I haven't been able to watch the previous weeks on how they concluded. Maybe some of you more avid viewers. Dorks just went into space, so it is a 1v1 between Quillian and Gear Heart Ratio. Who will put there? So the router team could be securing 7th position. Good line by Gear Heart Ratio, but that is not a good exit out of that segment. But good line on the 3rd. This is just a back and forth swing between these two as they enter into the final segment. Oh, but gets a bit of airtime, allows Quillian to go into 1st position. All Quillian has to do is just hold out, and that will be one more round to be played. We'll play every single round of this 3rd segment, and now it is all eyes on 2 more players to decide who will be 7th and who will be 8th. Will Dr. Thunder Ultra deny the router team 7th position, or will Gear Heart Ratio get it done? This is for all the marbles. 1v1. Let's go into follow all and let's see what happens. GG. Well done, Oh, am I speaking too soon? No, I'm not. Either way, congratulations, Dr. Thunder Ultra, for winning the round in 10 seconds. Probably a new world record as well, I presume. To be honest, it's not over, because Dork could very easily make a mistake here up in front. You know, let's go into helicopter camera here. Follow all here. As you can see, both of them are driving in a very cool, calm fashion at the moment. The gap is quite wide, as you can see. One mistake could be the detriment of all of them. Good stuff by everybody involved. Torque is pretty good as well. No mistakes up in front, and it seems that Torque is gonna conclude this, so let's go on to his point of view. Ooh! Some nice drift cancels as well, but it is Dr. Thunder Ultra to get 7th position, GG on the board, and it is the Rado team who have to, unfortunately, succumb to 8th position. They were on that position for a long time, but unfortunately weren't able to capitalize on that and end up in 8th position. So that is the dirt segment done for week 3. Duck Ass is your winner with excuse me, if I remember right, I can't even remember who was in what position. Memory is not given to me so well. I'm gonna go into my point of view. I don't know if we're just jumping into it immediately or if there's gonna be any breaks of any kind. I don't know if you all just love to just jump right into it. I presume there's gonna be like a break. Yes, we have a 10-minute break. So I'll leave you guys then on like let's give you guys like 5 minutes of a break. But that was good excitement, honestly. At least my streak of second places have ended eventually. That is true, Charky. That is true. You had a fair few rounds there where you it took a bit of time for you to get there, but you got it done, and that's what matters. Now, all we have to do at the moment is the fact that we'll let people have a bit of a break. I have been informed that there's like a 10-minute break. People can join in about 5 minutes, so I'll put you on a 5-minute break as well. So until then, I'll leave you to it, and once we are back, we will continue with the mini RPG. Oh, this is gonna be good fun. So, enjoy your time, get some drinks, get some snacks, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. The America's Draft League Season 2, Week 3 continues. We just finished off with the third segment as well, and we are back with the mini RPG. Welcome back, everybody. Those who have come back from the break, hopefully you have a refreshing drink on your hands as well. Just one moment. Also, thank you for the raid as well, Brian Lockwood. Hopefully you had a great race as well. Good start, good performance for your team as well. Dockass winning it as well. Solid stuff. And now we're moving on to mini RPG. I'm sure it will go perfectly well for Dockass for the mini RPG segment. You have my blessings. Don't know if that will help you. Regardless, we have of course the mini RPG. I've been waiting for this one as well. Ironically as well, the map name is Monday, and since I am from Europe, it is Monday already here, so fitting map name as well. I can already tell you that Monday looks as any other Monday does. I'm sure everybody's delighted to hear that. But as far as I've seen as well, honestly, that was a good fun as well. We saw every single round from the dirt section, and I expect nothing else and nothing more from the mini RPG as well. It is a wacky, interesting track made by Randomize. Again, it is to some sense the same as it was with the previous track. The first 30 seconds actually is perfectly manageable. Like nothing really complicated, pretty smooth all around for a mini RPG. It's after the turnaround, I'm sure players know exactly what I mean, is where it gets interesting, let's say the least. That's where all the RPG elements start happening, like properly, and that's where all hell will break loose. I'm sure that will go absolutely splendid. Currently we are waiting for everybody to join the server again, and then as I believe there are a few troubles for some players for opening the game, so we are doing a few troubleshootings before we get into the actual meat of the final track of the day, to end off week number 3 as well. Next week we have some good tracks already as well. You're more than welcome to check out, of course, ADL campaign as well. All the tracks are in the NCSA club as well, and you're more than welcome to join the NCSA Discord as well. Make sure you get the socials around as well. Join everybody, get into discussion, get into the vibe as well. Plenty of tournaments happen and plenty of ways to interact as well. Maybe next time you get to be part of the draft league as well. Play along as well if you weren't able to do it this time. I'm sure more teams are more than welcome to join, unless they can't be bothered to have more than 8 teams, and then they might have a qualifier. That's of course a future problem for the admins and organizers. I'm sure they have thought of that far ahead. But as it stands at the moment, we just have to wait, basically. As I'm reading some of the in-game chat, and as usual, if somebody asks for technical advice, you always offer Alt F4. That's always gonna work every single time. Now, I will quickly show you the standings. This is not updated, of course. This is the standings before we had the third segment, but this is what we went with into this week. So we already saw that Dockass won. So they are most likely going to overtake. They have probably currently already overtaken Parker's Twisted Tea. Then we had, I believe, Cursed Casters, who were second. We had the Ottoman Empire, who were third, if my memory serves me right. And Parker's Twisted Tea is still gonna be in first. No, I don't know the exact math, but let's say that it's pretty close between them, most likely. But there were some good teams who got some points. I believe the Ottoman Empire got very good points. The Cursed Casters got a good point. So remember, this competition is very much importantly, you want to be in the top 4 to make it into the championship bracket, because if you're in the bottom 4, you go into the consolation bracket, which means, of course, you have to fight to get yourself into the championship bracket. Only one team gets through from the consolation bracket, so definitely something to keep in mind. Of course, those were the standings before the dirt, so these are not updated standings, just to emphasize that as well. Currently we are waiting for a few more players, making sure everything's running smoothly. and then we can get into it in just a moment. Hopefully you have enjoyed my casting as well. It is currently 2 a.m. well 2:22 a.m. to be more exact, all 2s on the board, and it is the second track as well. A coincidence? I think not. But either way, cheers to all of you for staying with me as well on this, well, for me Monday, for you Sunday, as your clock is ticking down on your weekend ending, and Monday soon around the corner. For me, Monday, I have my day off, so I can enjoy all the time in the world, and knowing that I don't have to go to work today. Regardless, I keep using the word regardless a fair few times, I've just noticed. It's a nice, a segue word. But I really want to see how this mini RPG plays out. I looked at the track as well, I drived it as well, and let's just say this is gonna be an absolute joy and a treat to play. We should be, let's take a quick look here as well. Do we have any information when we will start? I see, regardless of your overuse of the word, I accept it. Nah, fair enough. We have approval of the chat. Just final checks as well. I don't want to jump into the game while they are sorting out the stuff as well. There's no point, we're just going to be watching them sort of just driving around. As soon as we restart, that's where we can get into the match. So for the time being, let them do their thing. They can enjoy their time, making sure everything's running smoothly. And then I really want to see how this mini RPG works out. I've been waiting for this one. The third one was nice. That was a nice appetizer. Now we got all of the rounds done until the very bitter end. But will we see something different? Will one team just absolutely wipe the floor with everybody else involved? Because now we have all different players, completely different lineups, and it's, nobody has the same lineup as before as well, I believe. So at least from what I have seen. So gonna be an absolute treat, and I believe we are right on the verge of starting. Final players checking in, making sure everybody's still on the server as I get to enjoy my lovely drink. Final calls, final times to join. Good luck, have fun, are slowly being chatted in chat as well. Yellow team waiting for their final player to join the fray, and then we shall begin. And there it is, all on the board. Completely different ball game now, and I already see that, Yep team definitely looking to be a hot favorite here with their lineup. You have Charles now for Dr. Thunder Ultra as well. Whew, it's gonna be there's some good players on every team, man. I don't know who to call here. Any predictions? Any idea who might be, favored for the mini RPG segment? Any, fans of? I know there are some few fans for certain players, but maybe there's a team that you think is gonna be absolutely dominating here, or do you think this is gonna be just an absolutely Hail Mary of everybody just going in different directions, somebody flying out, somebody going off the map, all things possible? Now, I believe we have now everything sorted. We are on the server, so let's get actually into the game. We still have a few warm-ups to go, but now I can actually put you on the server as well. And we can see this is the track we're talking about, Monday by Randomize. So that is what we're looking at. Simple map as well. Everything is quite smooth as well, like when you first go out. It's very lovely looking map as well. Simple, but nice looking scenery, nothing overburdening as well. Also, Trackmania providing us a few plugins as well. As you can see on your top right of your screen, it is saying the week, the match number, and what style we are playing as well. So a little bit of a nice touch as well. Nice signs over there. We are playing this. Yes, this is indeed the Draft League. If you didn't know already, and if you didn't, then welcome. You're more than welcome to enjoy this. Checkpoint 5 apparently. Good to know. This is a finish block. Something some of players will be very much well acquainted with. And once we get the second warm-up as well, we can go through the track a bit more, you know. We'll have a bit of a panning view of everybody involved and where everybody will start. So as you can see, this is the nice starting block as well. And let's begin. So first of all, they do a bit of a jump down into the first checkpoint, a bit of transition, heavy start. You can easily hit a few poles here, going around the corner here, around the segment onto some penalty grass, another jump. I'm saying, like, at first, the first part of the map is a very smooth mixed track, you know, dirt, grass, but after this turnaround, all hell breaks loose. They go for the turnaround. The first quarter pipe jump, you can get a lot of speed out of this. Odash definitely didn't make it so smoothly. You have a bit of wood and this water section from the pipe. You go through the water, get the reactor, go out of the water into the dirt, go around the segment here, up, down, and into the finish. Absolutely lovely stuff. And that's how they go. This part definitely is going to be very important, because if you can get a very consistent line here, you can get a lot of exit speed coming out of the water here. So a lot of good stuff to keep in mind. But now, let's begin, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between, the final match of today. It is the mini RPG that will begin, and let's go to author time. Can he beat the author time on the first try? We already see a few falling as well. We have a lot of good players. I believe Yep team is probably the most formidable team at the moment, looking at the lineups at the moment for this mini RPG set. But we see people going left, right, and center, through the holes, through the cracks. And now we go, the turnaround and the fun begins. First quarter pipe is going to be detrimental, because you want to get a nice low jump with a lot of speed. We see Flimsy Elbow had a really low one, is towards the front end. You go through the pipe, nice segment here, good speed. Everybody actually in front gets it quite smoothly, but the first person to get the first position, it is Thornburn. Charles close in close proximity as well. Good round, all things considered. Also, I forgot to mention, the current world record on the track is a 45.3 by Charles. So already we're driving a 45. Very solid round time. We love to see it. But now this is the part of the segment where we sort of chill back, relax. We get to see, you know, who are the favorites here. The early birds would say it's Yep Team, Parker's Twisted Tea, and perhaps Dr. Thunder Ultra as well. Curse Casters with some good points as well. But clearly from the lineup we saw for Yep Team, it is definitely, they are very much favored. Yep Team currently have Odash, Matrix, Stokeen, and BMQS who are on the team. Very formidable tribals, but they do have Charles as well. Charles, definitely a player to keep in mind as well. Good speed, but not good transition over there, and you can see what difference it makes. One little mistake can cost you a lot of points. Ooh, nice segment by Minster. Got a nice nose down, allowing the reactor to give him a bit of extra speed, bit of a wobble. But gets across the line. 45.7. We go a bit faster this time. That is nice to see. Yeah, currently everybody's just sort of feeling the track out, seeing where everybody is. We have, I believe, a bit of a... I don't know if the finish timeout is longer for the mini RPG or not. I presume not. I presume they are doing the exact same. I didn't even... Honestly, the dirt tracks finish so fast, I didn't even check what the finish timeout was there, if it is any different. I doubt it is, but... Because this is a very short track. It is 45 seconds long. Well, on a good run, 45, 46, but, you know... The margin of error, at least... comes from the last segment, so the first 30 seconds, as I've said before, is quite manageable. It is right after... Ooh. What is this box slide shenanigans by Mint? Is that really viable? Oh my god. He is in first position with almost with that speed, so I don't know, man. If you have the speed, clearly you can even go for a box slide there. But currently, at least, Yep Team are definitely taking full advantage of that lineup. Oof. 45.8, both by Odash and BMQS. Good points on the board for them as well. Stokeen is in 5th as well. no idea where their fourth member Matrix is. 31 points, still pretty solid. Randomize playing his own map. Not in first position, clearly washed. But I guess that's the mapper's curse. As always, you never do well on your own map. That's just a given. Now, but I will say it's been actually some really good close racing up in front, at least there was. Let's actually find somebody else. Let's go for... who do we want to spectate here? I mean, we do have Flimsy Elbow, but he does touch the outside. Let's go for Thumbburn. Team Curse Casters, you know. That is not how you want to do the turnaround. You can go definitely a lot tighter, but you do have a bit more speed, but that's a very high jump. That could be a bit better, but still, right in the mix. Ooh. Oh my god, that was a bit awkward of a transition, but made it work. Odash on a really good time as well. 45.6. Fastest so far. Very nice time. Just a quick reminder as well, the world record is a 45.3. So we're only 0.3 away from the world record, which on this track is pretty respectable. You know, clearly Yep Team is putting in all the points here. They're already on they are already on 1,170 points. But only Parker's Twisted Tea is the team who has 4 digits on the board. Everybody else is scrambling for points. I mean, Dr. Thunder Ultra does have some good points. I mean, they have Mints and Charles on their team as well. So good to see they're doing well. We have Matrix for Yep Team as well. We have Peanuts Yorker. All currently... oh, that's... oh, saved it somewhat. Not the best way to do it, but, you know, it gets it done. We'll get a good amount of speed from the exit of the quarter pipe. Wood section is a bit wobbly, but that doesn't matter, as... oh, that's not how you want to do the pipe section. You really want to get it as flat as possible to make sure you don't get a wobble on the exit. And also you do want to aim more to the right on the finish. 46.1, not the fastest round we've seen so far, but does give Parker's Twisted Tea some good points, as Yep Team didn't have the greatest round in that one. And everybody finishes apart from Goop. Apparently Goop didn't finish, but everybody else did finish. Still, it's not the most easiest track to drive, but I would say it's... on the mini RPG scale, this is a very tame map, all things considered, you know. When I heard that there's gonna be a mini RPG track for the Draft League, I thought this could be absolute madness. But it is. I would say it's more like it's a mixed map that has a bit of a noticeable spike in difficulty towards the end part, I would say. So it has the mini RPG elements more towards the end than towards the start. But still, I like the one thing I will give Randomize credit for is ingenuity. Very unique ways of thinking for mapping and what to use as well. But we see some people falling out at the moment. All the time getting first position as well, 45.9, giving some good points for Parker's Twisted Tea. And that's a missed finish. Come on, unanimous. Make it a unanimous finish. Still didn't finish. Come on, third time's the charm. Do you have the time even? No, I don't think you do. Ooh, didn't make it. Unlucky. Close, but no cigar. But now we're getting to the segment of the track where we're getting closer to that 2,000 point mark. Sox apparently forgot to press accelerate. I hope that wasn't an issue in that regard. If there was, maybe he just forgot to press it. Oh, well, clearly I just cursed that into being. I'm gonna go into my point of view, as I'm gonna check what might be the delay here. So welcome back to my point of view. We have a bit of a technical pause. Apparently the controller for Sox doesn't work at the moment, so... and apparently it's back in just an engine. And apparently everybody was also on world record according to in-game chat. You know, the usual in-game banter. Good stuff, but it seems that everything is slowly being solved at the moment. Yep, clearly, yeah. There was just a moment where Sox, as you saw, that he was on the line that didn't get to go, but already solved. Let's get back into it. We begin once more. Again, just to give a bit of a summary, currently Yep team on 1652 points. We have Parker's Twisted on 1489. Dr. Thunderholter on 1513, and the next best team is Cursed Cactus on 1160. So definitely 3 teams have sort of ran away with it a bit. You know, we clearly are seeing some favorites, but we saw that last time as well. We had like 3 teams who got early finalists, and then it took them a fair bit to actually get it done. So that could definitely happen for this run as well. But currently, good runs. Devil on a good run as well. Oh, but he got the slowdown on the water. The thing is, there is a reset there as well, but if you hit it at the wrong time, that is... Yeah, the finish is on the right side. You can try again. There you go. That's how you do it. So yeah, there is definitely one case you can see that if we go into the free camera here for the water, you come out here and, well, yeah, scoreboard. I'm trying to explain the chat here, how things work here. Now, go away, shoo. We'll go back to the action in just a moment. Yeah, there is, as you come through the water, you can see there is the reactor here, but you can easily just screw yourself over as soon as you get the reset as well, because you can get a weird slowdown from the water as well if your angle is really bad with the reactor. But, you know, that's not for me to worry about, that's for the players to worry about, and for us to then point out and then say we can do it so much better. Mince again. Mince is going for it. Oh my god, that's so clean. Holy moly, that's a clean slide. Though he does jump to Narnia on the quarter pipe, but that's in first position. Whoa. That's a good... Sir, you're supposed to ride the pipe, not just fall off it. So from great heights to absolute misery for Mince, but clearly you can actually box slide it. You know, it looked great until it didn't look great. But I believe with that, Yep team will be the first team to go into finalist mode as well. Now that is now with this round concluded. I believe no other team, no other team will join them. So Yep team in finalist mode could take good advantage of this already. Of course, most likely Dr. Thunder Ultra and Parker's Twisted Tea will be Jesus Christ Liquid. Oh my goodness sake. That was internet and a half. Either way. Yes, as I was saying, Dr. Thunder Ultra and Parker's Twisted Tea will be in finalist mode in the next round, most likely anyway. But it could be a nice opportunity for Yep team to get one of their players already through. As we see currently, we have a nice race up in front. Maybe you have a good perspective here. Yeah, it is Mince versus Jumpy. Jumpy is trying to deny some points here, so we can see that Yep team. Ooh, that was a nice segment by Jumpy. Good exit out of the water and gets first position. 45.6. Good times, good times. Only 0.3 away from the world record. They're doing some very good racing up in front as well. Liquid apparently got internet fixed, because that looked rather rather treacherous. But now 3 teams are going to be in finalist mode. Dr. Thunder Ultra, Parker's Twisted Tea and Yep team now fighting to get their players through. Well, not through, but sort of securing their position. Jumpy, not gonna be the first one. We have Randomize, the mapper himself, playing for the router team, who are doing not the greatest. They are currently in last position with points, but in this mode it really doesn't matter. You will get to 2,000 points eventually, just by sheer driving anyway. So as long as nobody finishes before, gets 4 players before you get to 2,000, then you should be more than fine. We have a few players up in front as well. We might be seeing the first player to secure their position. Yeah, Odash is going to be the first position, 45.6 again. And Yep team First player through, and 3 more to go. Of course, Arthur Time was there as well, and Thornburn was there. Charles, also not too far behind. Cursecasters will not quite go into finalist mode yet, and they will be just short. Not much, but just a bit short. 85 points. So in the next round they will join the fray with Dr. Thunder Ultra and Parker's Twisted Tea. Now it is just a waiting game basically. We're now waiting to see who's next. Charles definitely not going to be the one. Hits the corner as we exit that segment. People are trying to reduce their airtime from the jump as well. See a little bit of fancy statistics. Fancy little strats here. Mince goes for the box slide. I mean, it does give you a nice exit speed, but it's kinda, you know, is it really that much better? Questionable. But Parker's Twisted Tea looking to get their first player through. Other Time is in first position. Jumpy is following in close proximity. Jumpy doesn't overtake. Other Time had a bit of an awkward entry into the plastic block there. Almost gave it away to his teammate, but Parker's Twisted Tea, front 3 lockout. Other Time, Jumpy and Flimsy Elbow taking that nice ace at the top, in the top 3 position. Toto currently more towards the bottom end, but looking very good for Twisted Tea as well. They have their player through, now bench warming on the sidelines. Everybody else, plenty of racing to do. There is a possibility that Ice for Beat and the Ottoman Empire are soon to join the finalist fray as well. Let's see, do we have? Let's go for Dummy. Dummy has been a great friend of mine as well. Always love to see him. Definitely driving the best Trackmania of his life as well. Currently finds himself in the middle of the pack, so you know, getting some good points for well, I was gonna say good points for Cursecasters, but they don't need points, they need to be in first position. But at the moment it seems Charles is gonna be the one to secure it for Dr. Thunder Ultra, and that is exactly what he does. 45.6 again. That's basically where we're stuck. I still haven't seen a 45.5. Seems we're sort of hard capped at 45.6. Yeah, I would agree with that. Other Time should have DNF'd there, but I would say that Jumpy's more than adequate enough to get that position. It's the other players that I would be more concerned with, which is of course Flimsy and Dodo. They have to do a lot more work, of course, to get through for Park's Twisted Tea, but still, humble beginnings. We're nowhere near even close to any of the teams really, you know, getting through and to first position. A lot of Trackmania to still go. Ice for Beat does join the fray in finalist mode. We have who do we have? We have Peanuts Yorker for Ottoman Empire. On the verge for some good points. Spooter hits the ring checkpoint, I believe. Completely flies at the bottom end. Oh, Peanuts Yorker completely misses the pipe apparently. Might need to get your eyes checked. But that's a problem for another day. And BMQS with a 46 flat. Second player concluded or validated, whichever way you want to put it, for Yep Team. So Yep Team are on the verge of really closing it out rather quickly. And keep in mind they have a very strong lineup for their segment as well. They have, of course, still Matrix and Stokeen still left as well. So I would say Yep Team are on the verge of really closing it out soon. If they keep on going. Of course, they still have Dr. Thunder Ultra, Parker's Twisted Tea, even Ice for Beat, Ottoman Empire, and Cursecaster members to deny them. But that is true as well. But oof, that's not the start you want. Also, just FYI, Duckass currently, they won the third segment. They are currently last in the mini RPG segment. I like how Liquid before said, Liquid has gone, of course, very quiet. But I believe he is also playing, is he playing for, yeah, Liquid is also playing for the mini RPG section. He did say that they're gonna cook. I mean, they are definitely not cooking duck, so that's not going well for them. But Thornburn, the 45.8, with my rambling asides, is the first player to validate themselves for Cursed Casters. Flimsy Elbow was a fair bit behind, so it was a very comfortable race for Thornburn to secure his position. Rather calmly. I mean, I think really, we're getting some of the players, weeded out, getting something done and dusted. Still plenty of players to go, and we still have two teams who are waiting to secure their finalist mode as well. Still Duckass and Team Router, I guess, to put it. We have a bit of a ... moment. And we continue. I'm just gonna pour myself a lovely drink quickly. Hey, they got this? I'm sure they do, Lava. I'm sure they do. We'll see in the end if they actually do. Ham Daddy at the moment, trying to do actually on a good run. Ham Daddy is currently in 3rd position. This could be some good points if they keep this going. Router could go into finalist mode as well, but it is Devils and Dummy at the moment. Ooh, what a great exit by Ham there. Good speed, but Cursed Casters get it done. They have Dummy now also through. So very nicely done. It puts the router team into finalist mode now as well, with Duckass the only team to wait, but they will join the finalist mode in the next round, because I believe they will go into like 1900 points or something. Yeah, 1954. So 46 points needed. So after this round, every single team will be in finalist mode, and then we begin, I guess you could say, the slow and a mad descent of sudden death until we find out who will be first position. Currently we see that Liquid all of a sudden decided to wake up. Very good run by him. Let's take a look at Stokeen. Been very on the quiet end for Yep Team. Yep Team they got 2 players through, but after that it's been rather quiet. We see Matrix currently up in front as well. Peanuts Yorker is there chasing down, but again it's Matrix versus Mince. Mince has been constantly at the front. Oh, but that's not the fastest exit from the water there. But Mince looking to secure it for Dr. Thunder Ultra with the 45.8. So that is now 2 players through for Dr. Thunder Ultra, Yep Team and Cursed Casters. As we wait to see who will be next. Now, of course, as I mentioned before, every single team now after this is in finalist mode, so we are now gonna slowly weed out the players one round at a time to find out who will eventually be first position. Let the games, I guess, now officially begin, because now there is no turning back, no points collecting. It's all about one position and one position only. It is first position. If you crash, you might as well DNF, because you have probably no chance of catching up. As we see Matrix currently up in front with Jumpy and Uchimas, as well as Spooter in the mix as well. But those 3 players, nice Trackmania Turbo, Carskin as well. But Matrix and Jumpy fighting in the front at the moment. Ooh, Matrix had to go for oh my god, where the hell did Toto come from? Absolutely sidewinding his way, and actually gets the finish as well. Holy moly, from absolutely nothing, comes through like a rocket. And that is very good for Parker's Twisted Tea as well, because Toto has been, I would say Toto has been constantly towards the back end. So now it's Jumpy and Autotime, probably the 2 strongest players for Twisted Tea. And they could be looking to secure first position over the competition, but they of course have to get it done. And now, so it's not over until you cross the finish line, and there's a lot of good players still on the server who could easily deny Parker's Twisted Tea as well. Also, so yeah, it's not half the time, it's Jumpy and Flimsy Elbow, my bad. Flimsy Elbow Autotime is already long qualified, so quick correction in that regard. And we can see Jumpy, Flimsy Elbow 1 and 2 currently, with Peanuts Yorker in close pursuit. Peanuts Yorker's the only one who can deny, but gets a really rough exit from the water. Everybody's completely out of it, and Stokeen gets the freest win of his life. 3 players couldn't control their exit from the water, going left, right and center into the dirt wall, and allowing Stokeen to just go like, well, thank you very much, see you next time. Yep team have now one more player to go to. Matrix is left on the board, and Yep team could just steal it under the nose of the Twisted T if they get Matrix. Matrix has been constantly up in front, so very much a possibility for them to conclude as well. Let's go to Spooter at the moment. Dr. Thunder Ultra also looking to get some players through. Ooh, but not like that. Liquid also currently. Flimsy Elbow, not the best exit out of there. We have a few touches then and there. How did I do, Mr. Casterman? You did well. Whether your team does well is to be still concluded. As currently we see that Matrix is contesting Jumpy. Uchimas is trying to also compete, but not too well. Jumpy goes into the wall. Matrix does come close, but he's out. Randomize is in second, and Matrix concludes it. Yep, team has won it. They have completed and gotten first position. Absolutely domination by Yep team, I would say. They looked to be the strongest, and they did do so. First position already locked in, and they get to just watch how the rest of the teams play. So, who will be next? We still have, of course, plenty of positions to give away. As I said, Parker's Twisted Team, most likely the next one to go through. They have a very strong lineup still. Dr. Thunder Ultra equally as so. But even Ice for Beat, we see Kyle Uchima slowly also getting into the verge of mix, but Jumpy should be the next one at the moment. Jumpy's in a commanding lead for Parker's Twist. Oh, but goes a bit too much on the inside. Touches the wall, giving the position over to Spooter. Uchima's also trying to get into the mix here. So it is between, it's between Kyle, Uchimas and Spooter. Spooter does get a good exit. Oh, but Uchimas gets a slowdown from the water. It is Cat Curly Fries in second position, but Spooter closes it out for Dr. Thunder Ultra. So that is only one more player needed for them, and that means Devils is now the sole survivor for Dr. Thunder Ultra, and they could be on the verge of getting second position as well. They only need one more. Still, there are still a few teams who still have not yet gotten first position. We have, of course, Duckass, Ice for Beat, Ottoman Empire, and the Router. Half the teams don't even have a single player who have gotten into first position. This just shows that there is a clear difference in skill between in the RPG segment, as you have 4 teams who are fighting for the top 4 and the other 4 who are fighting for the bottom end. But I mean, it is still finalist mode, anything can happen. As we can see Jumpy again in first position. The ending hasn't really treated Jumpy well, all things considered. Hamdaddy is in close pursuit, but Jumpy really needs to get this transition well. This time gets it smoothly, and looks to actually conclude it this time around. Good entry into the plastic, and that is a clean finish in the end. Good run by Jumpy. Gets it done for Parker's Twisted Tea. They only need also one player. Flimsy Elbow is the sole survivor for Parker's Twisted Tea, alongside the Devils for Dr. Thunder Ultra. Next positions to go. A fair few rounds. Are we gonna see the top 4 done before anybody else gets a victory? Because still, there are 4 teams who have yet to win a single round. It's either Parker's Twisted Tea, Dr. Thunder Ultra, or Curse Casters, who still have wins on the board. And it seems that Flimsy Elbow is on a good run. Peanut Yorker is trying to contest that statement that I just gave with Ice for Beat as well. There's even Skotos just out of nowhere for Duckass as well. But Flimsy Elbow on the verge of putting Twisted Tea through in second position. But it seems the Ottoman Empire with Peanuts Yorker and Cat Curly Fries are gonna try to contest. Oh, but Flimsy Elbow gets an amazing amount of speed, maybe a bit too much for his liking. But Flimsy Elbow does control it, but loses it out in the end. But by 10,000ths of a second, he holds out the front. He gets a gear issue on the landing and absolutely almost loses every single advantage that he had, but survives by 10,000ths of a second. And it is Twisted Tea who gets second position. Absolutely insane round for that one. But still, funnily enough, there's only two teams who have players who have gotten first position. The Ottoman Empire Router, the Router team, Ice for Beat and Duckass still yet to have a first position. So let's see, can this continue, or will we see a break in the making of course? Currently we see that it most likely could be. You have Unanimous here, you have a lot of members from Ice for Beat here as well, Uchimas as well. But Unanimous is on a good run here. Literally every single member of Ice for Beat is here versus Unanimous. Oh, but that is a good exit by Uchimas as well, but he's in the wall. Unanimous has more speed. He's gonna come and overtake and put Curse Casters. But he misses the finish! Oh, why don't you turn more left? Oh, that's a rough one. That's a rough one. Oh, but Cat Curly Fries does get the first one on the board for the Ottoman Empire. So the Ottoman Empire can be very happy with that. That was a good segment by Unanimous, but just didn't hold out too much to the left. I will say that's a camera issue. I don't know if Unanimous plays in cam 1 or 2. No clue. I would have never missed that with cam 2, by the way. Cam 1, it's a camera issue. See, camera 2 is just so much better for that stuff. Cam 2 sucks and you swallow number play. Either way, Ham Daddy is currently in second position. Uchimas is looking to secure a position for Ice for Beat as well. And looking in a very dominating position. Ham Daddy and Randomize are currently in good pursuit as well. Ham Daddy so much closer. Uchimas gets another good exit as well, but that's a lot of speed to contend with. But this time does control it and gets first position. Ice for Beat get their player through as well. That is true. And that is well done by them. So now we're slowly weeding players through. Anything you can do in Cam 2, Cam 1 can do better. How about you go uphill, dummy? You know, going uphill in Cam 1 or downhill. Yeah, that's gonna look very nice for you. Either way, I mean, Cam 1 is universally uphill in Cam 1 is far better than Cam 2. You don't see anything when you're going uphill in Cam 1. Your vision is obstructed at you looking at the road, not seeing what is ahead. But either way, Cam 1 and Cam 2 arguments aside, both cameras have their pros and cons, to be honest. Cam 1 is just more universally useful in many situations, but I prefer Cam 2 for the precision you can have. But regardless of precision, Router team, not ducked, looking to get their first player through, unless Humbles has something to say about it. Very good speed for Humbles, good overtake in the ending, but not quite enough. You see everything in Cam 1. Have you ever seen first position number play in Cup of the Day? I think not. No, I'm just now testing the Cam 1 players. I just feel like I don't play Cup of the Day. And there you go. I've seen 6th position. Well done, dummy. Well done. I mean, I would say. I mean, it's I just prefer camera too because it just feels more natural to me. But I've just grown into it. I can drive all the cameras, to be fair. I can drive in cam 1 and 2 and even 3 if I really wanted to. But I prefer cam 2 because it's just... I prefer being able to react a lot better than you can in cam 1. But that's a preference, all things considered anyway. But regardless of my shenanigans talking, we have plenty of Trackmania to play. And we have Kyle, who's upside down and somehow survived that, but Peanut Joker has something to say about it because Ottoman Empire gets their second player through. I have no idea how Kyle managed to fight that. Also, welcome everybody from Jumpy Stream as well. Thank you for the raid as well. Run, clearly running away because he doesn't want any part of this shenanigans. Just wants to run away from this. He's on the Duckass team as well, so Duckass still hasn't gotten any wins on the board. But still, plenty of options. We're still waiting for Devils to close it out for Dr. Thunder Ultra. But you know, that's what we get here. All kinds of excitement. I mean, Devils is on a good run this time. Very good run by Devils, but you have Randomize, Scotus, and even Run, who was deciding to run away, well, decides to now run into the wall, but good combat. Ooh, but that's not how you want to take that court pipe, so that allows for Cursed Casters. Socksmend actually currently up in front. I have no idea how Kyle makes this line work. He goes almost upside down, but good speed, overtaking Socks in the end and gets it over the line. Wait, what? Oh, Kyle does the classic DNF as soon as you cross the line. It says DNF on the left, but he was the first to finish. He just immediately disconnected from the server. He's done. He's out. Auf Wiedersehen. Man just went over the line, immediately pressed Alt F4. Respect for that. Or his game crashed as he crossed the finish line. Either or. Still yet to find out who's third position. We've had like Yep Team and Parker's Twisted T get first and second a while back now. Everybody else is just, you know, he's like, I'm not playing this map. Yeah, pretty much. He was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm closed it out. I don't need to play. I don't need to watch. I have better things to do. I'm out. But currently D-Flame in first position. Scotus right behind as well. So Ice for Beat could be finding their next play. Oh, but D-Flame, that sideways Kyle start is not going. But Run coming in. Oh, DNF. What happened to Run there? Oh, probably fell off. Oh, he clipped the side probably. Well, either way, it's one player through for Duckass, so it doesn't really matter. So Scotus gets the Duckass on the board as well. Still in last position technically, because well, actually not. They share the same position now with the Router team as well, with the Pink team. So you know, they both have one player validated. But again, Devils still holding out for Dr. Thunder Ultra. You have the Ottoman Empire, Ice Forbid, and Cursed Caster both equal on 2-2. So we are waiting. We are waiting our good time. Are we getting another track where every single round will be played? We had it on the dirt section. It could very easily happen here as well, because there could be a 1v1 between Duckass and the Router team as well. But as we see at the moment, we see that Devils trying to compete for that first position. Not too far behind, could get a very nice exit from the water and leap into the finish, or well, leap into the fray, but that's not the best exit out of the water. So that puts Ice Forbid in a very good position. T-Flame gets the first, Humble is second, and sets up for a promising setup that we might finally see a team securing third position. Ice Forbid is now also in the fray, and joins Devils. So Humble and Devils now the sole survivors of their teams. Got this. Coca-Cola is the best. Either way. Now, who is next? I mean, we've had some really good fights at the front still, even with a lot of players now slowly going out. We've had some good close racing up in front still. Randomize, the mapper himself, currently in first position, looking to get the router team through with some players as well. But Humble comes in trying to attack Randomize as well. Liquid in the fray as well. Not the best exit speed out of the 180, but not the best landing as well. So you have Devils in first position and Humble. Both teams have the 1v1 up in front. Humble gets a better exit out of there. But the wobble dies and kills him, and that means that Dr. Thunder Ultra secures third position. And we have our top 3 for today. That's a GG for them as well. Yep team is first, Parker's Twisted Tea is second, and Dr. Thunder Ultra is third. Leaving now 5 teams still to compete for the rest of the positions. Good runs on the board. Not the fastest times, but all that matters is first position. Now, is there any twist to this tale still? Do we see something absolutely miraculous happen? Maybe the router team comes into fourth position. Maybe Duckass finally wakes up as well and gets some players at the front end. Or will perhaps Ice for Beat close it out right as we see Humble has been towards the front end a fair few times. Liquid currently, and also Hamdaddy is fighting for that second. Very nice turnaround by Hamdaddy. Very nice speed. Can get a very good setup for a nice low jump as well. Good speed out of that as well. Humble falls a bit further behind, but usually gets a very nice segment here. But Hamdaddy on a very good run if he can close it out here and exactly do so as well. Good run. Not the fastest, but more than enough to get first position. And now every single team apart from Duckass has at least 2 players validated. Do you happen to have a script? I mean, I always keep one close by, but I don't need to tell you who's gonna be winning or who's not gonna be winning. That would ruin the surprise. Now we don't leak the script here. Either way. Humble so humbly hits the wall. And we see Liquid currently. What place does my team place? You're gonna do great. Don't worry about it, dummy. You're gonna do great. Either way, currently one of your team members is currently in second position, but it is Liquid who's trying to get Duckass on the board a bit better. It is a 1v1. But Liquid absolutely dead in the water. No pun intended. But run is out. Sox Panda is gonna be surviving, and Sox Panda gets through, secures the position, and now only one member, Unanimous, is still on the chopping block. I mean, Unanimous had the possibility to close out an earlier round there, and didn't make the finish block. So hopefully that doesn't come to bite Unanimous in the bum in the next few rounds. But now we get a fair bit closer. We only have 9 players left. 9 players competing for 4th position technically. 5 teams still yet to close it out. I didn't expect it to get this close, to be honest. I thought we would really see like teams get some domination going. I mean, Yep team and Parker's Twisted Tea really got it done early on, but I really thought that we might see, Unanimous is kind of stuck there, a bit of an awkward position to get parked at, but Goops, Humble, Liquid currently fighting for the top end. Goops gets a nice exit, not the best transition towards the pipe, and that is not the exit you want to go for. Humble is in second position, but Liquid gets another member of Duckass confirmed and validated, leaving Run and Solar to still get a first position on the board. What? It's a turnpike. Welcome to the chat as well, Skyfreak. Hopefully you've been having a great day, and hopefully you've been enjoying your weekend as well, as the rest of you including as well. We still have a few rounds to go. We don't know if we're gonna get it sorted out in a orderly fashion, or we're gonna see every single round be played out. There is still a possibility that two players of the same team can still be left over in the end. Humble gets a bit of a touch on the pole there. We only see two teams fighting from the front end. We have the router team, which one of the players is completely out, the other player is completely out. So GG, I guess the Ottoman Empire get a free player through. Now, who are you gonna let through here? Zack, clearly. Guggenfly is definitely not gonna be the guy. Humble's completely out. Okay, everybody's making a solid meal out of this round. Oh, Zack, please don't miss the finish. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, he gets across the line. Let's just say we've gotten to the point of the draft where you have, let's just say, less consistent players still in the running. I mean, it is a safe finish. If you miss it, you can go to the right, you know. But you know, you can still miss it, but but yeah. But either way, we saw one player going through. It was, I have already forgotten. Who was it that got through from the yellow team? I believe it was some player got through. I've already lost the plot here. It is 3:13 a.m. for me, so it's quite late that I'm doing this. Zack the Warrior, thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Randomize is currently in first position. Humbles is trying to deny. I mean, we could go into a situation where soon only one member of each team is left over, and then it becomes a sudden death where we will see every single round being played out. Randomize on his own map, finally getting it done. Unanimous coming out of nowhere, has good amount of speed. If Randomize misses this, it is over. They both miss. Humble misses as well, and Run is in first position. 3 players miss the finish on the line and allows for Run to come into first position. Oh my goodness, I did not see that coming. Oh my god. that's the best round so far. Oh my god. Oh god, I have a tear in my eye. Oh. That was absolutely insane. Either way, let's collect ourselves and go back to what we just saw. Jesus Christ. I mean, if Randomize now finishes, then every single team will still have one player left. Randomize, surely lightning doesn't strike twice. Sure, it's literally a saying. I'm sure it makes sense. Randomize and Unanimous are not gonna hit the finish 2 times in a row. So surely one of them will sure close it out. It's either Randomize secures a sudden death for every single team, or Unanimous gets 4th position for Cursed Casters. But it seems Randomize this time doesn't miss. And now one member is left from every single team. And that means it's 4 more rounds after this. We'll find out 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th place in a row. So place your bets, everybody. Who's gonna take the 4th position? We only have 4 more rounds to go. And we find out now who's gonna get that 4th position. Keep in mind, that's still a very considerable amount of points in the tournament grand scheme as well, and this could sway some of the standings quite a bit on who gets this 4th position. It's clearly not going to be Ice for Beat, most likely also not Duckass, so it is most likely going to be maybe Guggen. Flea can also do something about it. Good turnaround as well, gets right past Goops at the moment. There's still a possibility that the Ottoman Empire can strike again, or return to the former glory of the past days, as Unanimous is fighting the entire Ottoman Empire as they are not getting the best exit out of the water, but good speed by Goggenfly, but gets gear issued out of Oblivion and puts Cursed Casters into the 4th position, with Unanimous closing it out. And now that is the top 4 from the mini RPG done and dusted. So now we find out who will be the 5th, 6th and 7th respectively as well. It is Sudden Death, It's a 1v1v1. Trackmania World Tour is back in the Draft League, and we get to see literally what we have been seeing for the better part of the entire year now. We see that Humbles and Goops are fighting for that first position. Will Router get the Router team, or whatever the long acronym for it is? I'm not gonna say it this time. Oh, but that's a slow turnaround, but a fast exit. Humbles gets really stuck there, doesn't have speed whatsoever. I mean, I don't wanna beat that guy, but you gotta at least finish this. You can release, you don't need to push, you're not gonna miss the finish, everything's gonna work out. Wow, nice choice there. He knew he was not gonna turn in time. See, that's smart, you know. That's smart. You know you're not gonna finish it. You know you don't have the turning radius to get it into the risky fin. Turn right, go full send into the safe finish. Absolutely clean. So it is actually the Router team who gets 5th position. Very solid. They were of course last in the standings, so 5th position. Very solid attempt by them. Now, we still have Humble, Goggenfly and Solar. They have played the most amount of rounds out of everybody, and I'm sure fatigue is slowly kicking in as well. Slaughter has already fallen a bit behind. Will Duckas really go from the heights of the dirt to an absolute absolute last position? Keep in mind, Duckas won the dirt section, so they go from a hero to zero in a span of one match. And it seems that Ice Forbid are looking to get 6th position here, unless Humble has a bit of a fumble towards the end. Aha! I can rhyme as well. It seems it's gonna be a very comfortable. It does the same. Goes for the safe finish. No need to go for the risky. Loses only like a half a second anyway, so if you have a solid gap, then more than you can easily go for the safe finish jump simply. So 1v1. It's either gonna be the Ottoman Empire to be last, or a duck's ass. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between. Who's gonna win it? Will it be concluded within 1 second, or will we go towards an absolute thriller? Clearly the Ottoman Empire has fallen from grace, and a duck's ass has beaten the entire Ottoman Empire. Unless something absolutely miraculous happens. Keep in mind, this race is not over. Okay, now it's over. GG to the duck's ass to finally time. I'm sure, unless Solar decides to DNF here, then it's gonna be over and done with. GG, I guess. You can now. Are you gonna BM and stop on the finish line, Solar? Wicked. That's one way to do it. You could do a nice flip as well in the end. A wicked way to end. He did crash, but he crashed into the finish. GG by everybody involved. Congratulations also to Yep Team for winning it. They were in 1st position as well, with Twisted T being in 2nd and Dr. Thunder Ultra in 3rd. So that concludes this week's of the America's Draft League. Welcome everybody. You see me on the screen as well. What a great segment as well. Absolutely fun time indeed. That was a good fun time as well. We saw good clips as well. Some amazing moments done as well. I think the best one is this mini RPG produced some absolute bangers. You had the Dodo rocket out of nowhere. You had the triple crash by 3 players. Absolutely insanity. And so I'm sure once all of the points are concluded as well, at some point in the Discord as well, all of the standings will be given as well. But for the time being, I believe at least for the time being, Twisted T will be in 1st position. Most likely Duckass will be 2nd, but there was some good points by a lot of good teams, and there's still a lot to play for in the middle of the pack. Of course, I'll put up the standing of what we saw before we went into the week. So this is these standings have not been updated. This is before we went into the dirt, the mini RPG. So you can see some of these teams got some very good points out of this. I believe, Yep team absolutely nailed it with the mini RPG. I'm sure they will get some good points from there as well. Cursecasters, pretty solid points as well. Duckass did get the win on the dirt, but sort of bottom out on the mini RPG. So again, emphasis, this is not an updated standing. This is before we even played today. So now that with all of that concluded, that is going to be the end of today for me and for week 3 of the America's Draft League. So join us next weekend as we continue with the final week of the regular part of the season, which will then conclude with us finding out who will be the top 4 who will go into the championship bracket, and who will be the bottom 4 who will be joining the bottom end in the consolation bracket, where a lot of hell will continue on. So thank you all for having me. I had a splendid time. I'm sure my neighbors are more than happy of me screaming at 3 a.m. So I will conclude here. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. Hopefully I was able to bring you all the action with all of the excitement and the pizzazz as it deserves. And until we meet next time, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, everybody, and let's see each other next time on the track.